Hello, 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 hello. Testing, testing, 1, 2, hello, 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 hello. Is the microphone on? Hello, 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 microphone on, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Po, po, po. Boy, that Aston wind popper thing, the Swift Shield, it works good. Look at pop, 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 pop. It doesn't even pop. It doesn't pop when you say things on the microphone now. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Hank Podcast, talking to myself, and I'm your host, Hank. And we're gonna talk about stuff. Although I'm gonna talk to myself as well, cause that's the show. That's what I do. I'm gonna talk to. I got a guest on the show today. He's a voice acting guy. And he does the voices on the things and the cartoons and stuff, and and he has his own podcast. He thinks it's good. Talking to myself, rip off. And his name is James Arnold Taylor. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Hank.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, okay. Is this microphone on? Hello, 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 hello. Testing, testing, testing. Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello.
What is that supposed to be?
What do you mean? Oh, come on.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, good to have you as a guest on the Talking to Myself podcast here with Hank.
Uh-huh.
So, tell us about yourself there, James.
Okay. Well, my name is James Arnold Taylor. I'm a voice actor. I have a podcast. It's called Talking to Myself, and it's it's very similar to this, I guess, except it's me on the other side of things, and it's in this same studio on all these same beautiful Aston microphones, the Origin microphone. Yeah, we love those, and the Swift Shield there, the popper stopper thing. Yeah, all that because this is my studio, Hank.
Yeah, I know, but no, right now it's my pod. You said I could do the podcast.
Yeah, you can do the podcast. It's fine. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Ask me more questions.
Oh, so you do the voices of the Obi Shnobi and
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi Shnobi Gobi.
Yes. Obi Shnobi Gobi. I'm the voice of Obi Shnobi Gobi on the Clonin' Wars.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Okay. Yes. So I have voiced Obi-Wan Kenobi on the Clone Wars for many years, and we are coming back. We have a 7th season. Thanks to Disney, and they're bringing in their new streaming service and all that jazz. And thanks, really, actually, I would say more so thanks to the fans and everybody. Well, I mean, obviously, thanks to them for doing it and all that. But thanks to the fans for sticking with us all these years. Thanks to the fans for constantly saying hashtag Save the Clone Wars and stuff. So there you go.
Yeah, that's the fans. They're hardcore.
Well, they're Star Wars fans are hardcore in a sense that they love Star Wars, but they're really wonderful, nice, wonderful fans. There's been, I think there has been division lately over the last few years with the whole, the newer films and all that. But the one thing that has not divided Star Wars fans, as far as I have seen, and, what do I know? But I think I know a decent amount about Star Wars and the fan community, is Clone Wars doesn't divide anybody. Clone Wars seems to bring people together. People of all sides of Star Wars fandom seem to love the Clone Wars. Even some people that don't watch the Clone Wars go, yeah, but I've heard good things on that, and that's cool. And so that, I think, is what's really important about it, Hank.
Well, is it what?
You weren't listening to anything I said.
No, I was looking. I got a podcast here. I got knobs and buttons and things, and I got to push there. And then I got notes over here. I got to.
So it's a lot. So you're saying it's a lot to look at?
Yeah, there's a lot to do with the podcasting.
Okay, so yet you don't cut me a break when I'm doing the podcast, but also you have to listen to the guest. I mean, there's a lot going on, but that's what you have to do.
What?
See? Oh, come on. All right. Do you have like some theme music or something? What do you do?
Yeah, I got Larry the Music Guy.
Is that like Jerry the Music Man?
Yeah, it's Larry the Music Dude.
You just changed it.
Yeah, whatever, man. I'm making it up. Hey, Hank. How you doing? Jakey. Yeah. Hakalukalukamakalaga.
What is he, Hawaiian or something?
Play some music there for me, Gary.
You said his name was Larry.
Larry? I'll edit that.
You don't even know how to edit.
Well, you show me how to edit later.
Why? Okay. Oh, okay. So there's the Hank music. All right. That's your music?
Yeah, I guess so. That's what he said. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for coming on. We like having you on.
Oh, that's it? I'm done?
Yeah, okay. Get out of here.
Get out. That's not how you treat a guest on a podcast, Hank.
Well, I gotta have my next guest is Billy the intern.
Billy the intern? You mean the Billy the intern from my show, Talking to Myself? James Arnold Taylor's Talking to Myself? Billy?
Yeah, hey Billy, get in here.
What you are kind of rude to your guests. Yes, Mr. Hank. Yes, Mr. Hank. Did you want some coffee or something? You needed me to clean your car or something like that?
No, Billy. Just you get up on him. Push that guy out of the way. Get on.
Hey, what? Come on! Don't push me, Hank.
Get out. Let the kid get on the microphone.
I would gladly have stepped aside to let Billy get on the microphone. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. James. Just James. James, Mr. Sir. Whatever. Go ahead, Billy. Yes, oh, yeah. Hello.
No, you don't do it right. You go, hello. Testing the microphone.
Hello. Testing the microphone.
Yeah, good, whatever. So, Billy, you're a guest on the Hank podcast, Talking to Myself.
What is it? Yes, talking. But if it's a podcast called Talking to Myself, why are you talking to all of us?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, get out of here. All right, go on, get out. Go on, both of you, get out of here.
You can't, Hank. This is my show.
No, it's not your show today. It's a Hank podcast show.
All right, fine. Come on, Billy. Oh, yeah, fine. Okay, Mr. Hank, sir. Sorry, sir. Don't apologize here. Let's go.
Okay. So, welcome to my show. And this is my podcast. And today we're going to talk about, I got notes here. Today we're gonna, I don't know. Well, we're gonna show you. Today we're gonna today we're gonna teach you how to make onion sandwich. Now a lot of people make onion sandwiches, but they don't make them the way that I make them.
I'm sorry, Hank. I'm listening in the other room there. Honestly, this is what you're gonna talk about, making an onion sandwich?
Yeah, the people want to know.
First off, I don't think people want to know. Second, you just said that a lot of people make onion sandwiches. I don't think anybody makes onion sandwiches.
What do you know, man? You got that Bobby Flavin?
Bobby Flay, the chef, Bobby Flay?
Yeah, that guy. Emerald
Lagasse? The bam!
Yeah, bam! Boom! Hoo-yah! Onion sandwich! Boomo!
No, I don't think Emerald makes onion sandwiches, although he looks like he's enjoyed a sandwich or two.
Yeah, those guys, no, they all make the onion sandwich on the different shows on the Food Network and stuff.
Food Necklace? Food Network? The Food Network? Can you...
Well, I don't, yeah, whatever. I watch that show on that channel all the time, and the people...
Yeah, but you just named people that are like barely on that channel anymore.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, okay, whatever. So you're going to tell a podcast on how... Okay, go ahead. How do you make an onion sandwich?
First off, you get some bread.
Okay, what kind of bread?
I don't know, it doesn't matter. Then you get an onion.
Okay, what kind of onion?
Hey, it doesn't matter, whatever, you get an onion.
Okay.
Then you chop that onion up, and you make sure you don't cry. Oh, it's such a beautiful sandwich, I'm crying, it's so beautiful.
Okay.
Then you put that between the bread, throw some mayo, some mustard, a little salt and pepper on there. Blim blam boomo flammo bammo. You got yourself an onion sandwich.
Okay. So is that it? That's the podcast? Talking to Myself. Hank makes an onion sandwich?
Yeah, I don't know what else you want.
Okay, good. Then what I would like is for you to leave.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to treat you like you treated me and Billy and everything. Get out. Get out, Hank.
Wait, hey, don't. You're pushing me off the microphone.
Yeah, come on.
All right. This show is going to be the big, this, people that listen to your show, they're going to go, come on, and they go, that's the show I want to listen to. That I want the Hank show more than the Talking to Myself, James. I'm going to talk about, Obi Snowy and all Star Wars and
Star Wars. There's not Star Wars in.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna read the. I was gonna read some letters.
Do you have any letters?
No.
Well, then you're not going to read any letters.
Yeah, but okay. I got one. I got one right here. Wait, I got one right.
That's just a piece of paper you had in your hand.
No, it's a note. It's a note.
Stop! Don't bump the mic. Come on, cut it out.
Okay, dear Hank, your show's much better than that guy. I like your show better. You should keep your show on.
There's actually nothing written on. Let me see that piece of paper.
No,
let me see. Come on. There's nothing on. This is a blank piece of paper.
Whatever, man. I memorized it.
All right, get out of here. I got to start my podcast. This is like you've taken up 10 minutes of my show.
All right. Everybody listen to the Hank podcast talking to myself. It's great, man. Show. It's good.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Welcome, everybody, to James Arnold Taylor's Talking to Myself. It is the podcast. It normally is a weekly show. Lately, we've been going every other week, although we may have to change back to weekly. I don't know. It's hard. I enjoy the fact that I've been getting a little time to breathe and work on other things. But you know what? I miss doing the podcast, and I feel like we've gained momentum. And if I just do it every other week, then I don't know. But on the same note, a lot of people are catching up, and so this is giving them a chance to catch up. So maybe people have caught up. I don't know. So we'll be going back to a weekly podcast pretty soon. I know there's many of you that are going, yay! And then there's some of you that are going, I don't care, whatever. And then some of you are like, who is, I've never even listened to this show, and this is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. If you're brand new to the James Arnold Taylor podcast, go back and listen to some of the first episodes first, okay? It's not like it's sequential, like you need to listen in order, but, it will introduce you to the characters. So this show, I have all sorts of characters on. Billy, the intern, you heard Billy, and Hank, of course, the engineer on the show. Hank is normally my engineer, but he decided he wanted to do his own podcast today. But we've got a lot of different characters on the show that come in, or we call up, or, I was going to call Ferris today. I was thinking about calling Ferris. Should we? Ferris is the owner of a billiard hall in Carpinteria, California, called the Billiard Zone. And Ferris is kind of this wise old sage that I call up for advice and stuff. And so I was thinking of calling him. Let's give him a quick call. Just dial up Ferris. It's funny. It's like Ferris Bueller, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. Not really.
Hey, Billiard Zone, this is Ferris. Hey, man, this is Jat.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing real good. The podcast, we've gone to like every other week thing for the summertime and such while I make my my film that I'm shooting.
Yeah, man, Sons and Daughters, dude. I'm excited about that show. Oh, I can't wait for you to make that movie.
Well, thanks. It's a lot of work.
So how's it going?
Well, I mean, like I say, yeah, it is. It's a lot of work putting a movie together, especially when you're doing it on your own with absolutely 100% no budget and no crew or anything. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, man, but if anybody can do it, you can do it. You've done it before, brother.
That's right. I made another movie before. It's called The Comedy Team of Pete and James. It's on my YouTube channel. You can see it. And it was made kind of the same way, the same fashion. It was a mockumentary kind of film. And so it's kind of my thing, I guess.
That's right, man. You can do all things.
Amen to that, my brother. So Ferris, how's the Billiard Zone?
It's good, man. It's we're getting close to the summertime. There'll be a busy time for us.
People come in, they shoot pool, they have a good time.
Yeah, man.
So I'm recording this on a Tuesday. The podcast comes out tomorrow. So I will record this today and then edit it up today and then put it out. So a Tuesday morning at the billiard hall. It sounds like there's still people there and stuff going on.
Yeah, man. You got the regulars. They come in.
Well, that's cool. Is there anybody there that would that we could put on the show?
Let me see. Hang on. Yeah. Hey, dude, come here, man. You want to be on the James Arnold Taylor podcast, man?
What?
What's your name, brother?
Sergeant.
Sergeant? What are you like in the military or something, man?
No, people call me Sergeant.
All right, man. You want to be on James Arnold Taylor's podcast?
Yeah, man, whatever.
Okay, James, this fellow's name's Sergeant.
Sergeant?
Yeah, man.
Think I can call him Sarge?
I don't know, man. Here you go. There you go. Brother, you're on the podcast.
Well, I'm on JATcast.
Hey, is this Sergeant?
Yeah, man. Hey, dude. How's it going?
Good. Yeah, shooting some pool, huh?
Yeah, we're just, we're shooting some pool, man. Hanging out. That's cool.
Okay. So, this is my podcast. I'm James Arnold Taylor. I'm a voice actor. Have you ever, you know what a voice actor is?
Yeah, man. You do like voicing, shows and games and stuff. Yeah, do you like video games and stuff?
Yeah, that's right. So I do Ratchet and Clank. You know Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah, that's sick, man. That's sick. Who are you?
I'm Ratchet. Can you tell I'm Ratchet?
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Oh, dudes, I got Ratchets on the phone, man.
Ratchet, yeah.
That's sick, dude. Do something else.
Okay, well, I'm Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi for Star Wars The Clone Wars.
Oh, that's wicked, dude. Oh, that's Obi-Wan Kenobi on the phone, dudes. Oh, dude said the Force is strong with you, dudes.
Yes, the Force is strong with you, Sergeant. May I call you Sarge?
Oh, that's awesome. That's sick, dude. Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, the Force is strong with you, yes.
Well, that sounded a little German or something there, guy. I don't know, but yeah.
No, that's sick. That's sweet, dude. Oh, that's awesome. So, like, where's this show at? Where do I see your podcast, man?
So the podcast is on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. I put it on my YouTube channel. It's on all the various places where you would hear podcasts. You can listen.
That's sick, dude. I'm gonna check this out. I'll be able to hear myself, right?
Yeah, the podcast comes out tomorrow. Today is the what is it? Today is the 30th. Is tomorrow? I think tomorrow's the 1st, right?
Sick, dude. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Do some more voices. What else you do?
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, but damn-a-doo, I'm also the voice of Fred Flintstone, post Fruity Pebbles cereal, part of a good breakfast.
Oh, I used to eat those as a kid, dude. It's sick. Oh.
Yeah. Well, so in fact, I did the commercials probably back when you were a kid. I've been doing about 10 or 11 years, but I haven't done them in a while. So yeah.
That's sick, dude. That's like Fred Flintstone, dudes.
Well, thanks, Sergeant. I'm glad that you've enjoyed, and you'll be on the podcast. Go ahead and put Ferris back on, and then we'll wrap this up. Thanks, man.
That's righteous, dude. All right, yeah, see ya, sick, dude. Yeah, it's sick. All right, see ya. Hey, Ferris, man.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome, dude. That's sick. Obi-Wan. Hello there. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Yeah, Jet, you made their day, man. That was cool, man.
Well, good. I'm glad I can make Sergeant's day. And you know what? Put their next game of pool and their drinks and stuff, whatever. Hopefully they're not drinking. I mean, like sodas and stuff. What are they drinking? Sodas and things?
Yeah, man. They got some root beers. They're doing us. We got a sarsaparilla bar here at the billiard zone, where I got root beer on tap and cream soda.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, man. So they're doing that.
All right. Well, you tell them that I'll pay for their next round of pool and a couple of sarsaparillas, okay? It's like the Wild West.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
Put it on my tab, Ferris.
Yeah, man, all right. Dudes, Obi-Wan Kenobi just got your drinks and stuff.
I think those guys should hang out with Brian, my agent's son.
Yeah, man. All right, dude. Well, you have yourself a good podcast, all right?
Okay, Ferris, thanks so much, man.
Dude, see ya.
Okay, so that's a call from Ferris. And this is the James Arnold Taylor podcast. You know, I just thought today I'm just going to talk to you about what's going on in my life, no real agenda. We'll take some emails and stuff here in a bit, and we'll catch up on things. But for the most part, yes, this is the James Arnold Taylor podcast. Oh, let's bring in Mr. Announcer Guy, because again, yeah, here we are 20 minutes some odd into the show, and we haven't even introduced the show. Oh, Mr. Announcer Guy!
Oh, yes, James.
How are you?
I'm doing great as always. How are you?
I'm doing great as always, too.
Yes.
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 Would you like me to introduce the show?
Yes, I would.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's the JATcast. Talking to myself, starring one man with one throat but many voices, James Arnold Taylor.
Thanks, Mr. Announcer Guy.
You got it, James. I'm going to go now.
All right. And there he goes. Love the Mr. Announcer Guy. Welcome to the James Arnold Taylor Podcast, officially. What are we on, like episode 26 or something like that, I think now? 26, 27? Wow, we've been doing this now for quite a while. And I enjoy it. I'm standing today. I have a sit-stand desk. Do you have a sit-stand desk? A lot of people do now. And mine is from Argosy. Now, Argosy makes studio equipment. So it is not just like a regular one that you would get like at IKEA or just a regular desk. This has like stuff in it. In fact, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can take a tour of my studio, my home studio where I'm recording this, and you can see my Argosy console. It's more, they call it a console. And it's got rack mounts for all my equipment and everything. And so I'm standing right now. But ooh, let's do this while we're here. Okay, I'm pulling my chair out, and we're gonna lower the desk. Let's see if it makes noise. Here we go. I don't know if you can hear that. The desk's going, it's on hydraulics, and it's all electrical and hydraulics. So now I'm sitting. I usually do the podcast sitting, which is funny because as a voice actor, I spend all my time standing normally. When I do my show, when I do this show, for some reason I sit. I think it's probably just gets me back to my radio days. But whenever I do voiceover, if I go to do a session somewhere, I stand. I always stand. In fact, last year when I had a fracture in my foot, you have your water? Are you drinking? Rule number 1 for the James Arnold Taylor Podcast. What is that? Got to have a big cup of water with you. That's good water. And that's what we say after we drink water. Why? Why? Because you want to hydrate. So anyways, when my foot was broken, I had to sit because I was wearing a boot. And I had to sit a lot. And I had to do all my voiceover sessions sitting. And it kind of drove me crazy. I couldn't get the same energy and stuff. It was tough. It was tough to do. But if that's the least of my worries, really, what am I complaining about, right? That's right. It's the James Arnold Taylor Podcast. You want to breathe? That's one of the things I want to talk about today is just like, what is your regular routine? Are you developing a routine that is healthy for you? You've been listening to this podcast now for a while. Like I say, we've been doing like 26, 27 episodes. So that's been, almost like a half a year that I've been putting this podcast out. Isn't that amazing? It's crazy.
It's crazy. Christopher Walken comes in. He says crazy, because that's what he does.
So, Chris Walken, hey, thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome, James. I love the James Arnold Taylor Podcast. You come in, you talk to yourself. It's good.
Thank you. What's your favorite part of the show?
I like Hank.
Of course you like. Everybody likes Hank.
He says, hello, 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 hello.
Okay, I get it.
Hello.
And yeah, so you like Hank being on the show.
I could use a little more Hank.
Hey, Hank.
No, Hank. He's kidding.
All right, hey, Christopher Walken.
What, you get his name right?
Hello, Hank. Hank, you're great. You're crazy. You're good. You should do your own show. Don't listen to James.
What is everybody ganging up on me for? Come on, Christopher Walken, be nicer to me.
No, James, I kid because I love you.
That's how I know you're serious. You get into that kind of gritty, kind of voice.
Yeah. People do,
Now, let me ask you this. People do your voice all the time, Christopher Walken.
Yes.
Do you have an impression of of people doing you?
Wow. You want me to do an impression of people doing me? So yeah, people do Christopher Walken. They put on the voice and they do me doing this.
Yeah, it gets a little crazy, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. That's not how I sound. If I'm here just talking to you, I wouldn't talk like that at all.
No, you wouldn't. You'd just be a regular guy talking to me like you are right now. Although you're not really you, you're me.
Yeah, it's crazy. James, what's on the show today?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. I mean, I don't even know why you're here. Oh, I said it's crazy. Anytime I say it's crazy, you seem to come in.
It's crazy. You said crazy, so here I am. You want me to leave?
No, you don't have to leave, Christopher Walken. You can hang out. You can be on the show today. All right, whenever we need Christopher Walken, he'll come in. So yeah, no, I was saying that you have to have a routine. And the show, I was saying it's crazy how long. It's crazy. Okay, stop. How long the show has been on now? 6 months. And I believe a lot of people are really enjoying the show and getting a lot from it. Because I want to entertain you, but I also want to inspire you. I want to motivate you. I want to teach you things that I have learned through my lessons in life, almost 50 years. Hey, it is today, the day you're listening to this is the first day of May, June, July. So in July, I will be 50 years old. Please, no gifts. You guys really, please don't send. And so I've been trying to figure out what to do for my 50th birthday because that's kind of a big deal, isn't it? And people always say, that's a big, you should celebrate and do something big. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't see my wife giving me a surprise party, although that would be the way to do it then, right? If I wasn't seeing it coming. But no, I don't see her doing a big surprise party because for one, my daughter is going away to camp and then she gets back the day before my birthday. My birthday is July 22nd. July 22nd, 1969, that's the year I was born. And it was like a day or two before or after they landed on the moon.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Said that was said by, Neil Armstrong and stepped on the moon. And then I was born. Look at that. The world changed in so many ways. Back in 1969. I turned into Hank there for a second. Anyways, so I will be 50 and I don't know what to do. My wife and I talked about maybe going just away because my daughter is going to be off at camp. So maybe the two of us will get a little time away. We'll go, either we'll go home to Santa Barbara or we'll go someplace else and do something, just hang out and enjoy, get on the beach, put my feet in the sand. Do you know how healing it is for you to actually put your feet in the sand on a beach? It's really good for you. If you live near a beach, get a chance to do that this summer, okay? If you don't, get a sandbox and stick your feet. No, they say, it's like that whole earthing thing, they say like to kind of get grounded to the earth. It's important. I've talked about that on the show before very briefly of like, go outside and take your shoes off and walk around barefoot or something, as long as, you're not going to get filthy. I don't know. Ew. I'm kind of a germaphobe. So I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do that. But, they say that that's a good thing to do. Anyways, I do like doing it at the beach. I like going and sticking my feet in the sand when it's warm sand, not hot sand, not where you're like, oh my God. Oh. We went to Hawaii a couple years back and the sand was so hot. We were burning our feet. Have you ever been on sand that hot? It's too hot. That's too much. Wow. The sand, you go. Yeah, Chris Walken.
Yes, James.
Tell me about hot sand on the beach.
You go, so if you ever go to the beach, you go, you take off your shoes, you put your feet in the sand, and it's hot. It's crazy. It's hot. You got yow, this yow. Wow. That's hot sand. I burn my feet. I need some flip-flops. Flip-flops is fun to say.
Okay, Chris, thanks.
I go to the sand. I go to the beach. I put my feet in the sand. And then it gets hot. And I go, yow. So I go to the water. I walk in.
You said walking. Walk in. Like Christopher Walken.
Crazy. I get my feet wet. It cools them off. It's nice. It's cool. And then I walk back onto the sand. And when you go back on the sand sticks to your feet because your feet are wet. And then you have to go and walk across to where they got like the foot shower.
The foot shower.
It's a shower for your feet.
Yeah, they got those areas where you can kind of get the sand off you. Yeah.
You go there, you get your feet clean, but then you realize I left my stuff back there on the sand, and I gotta go back and get my feet more sandy. Sandy.
Yeah, now you're sounding like John Travolta.
Sandy. Wow. Grease lightning.
Okay, now just off on it. Thanks, Chris Walken. So anyways, so we may do that. May put our feet in the sand. Wow. But I don't know what to do for my 50th birthday. It's strange to be turning 50. I still kind of feel like I'm a kid. So for many of you that are young, you will wake up one day and go, you'll be like Christopher Walken. You go, wow, I'm old. But you're not old. 50's not old. I mean, well, it is, but it's not. And you learn. And so that's what I hope with the show. Look at this, how I'm bringing it back around. To show you what you can learn in life, acquiring wisdom. See, I try to acquire wisdom wherever I can. Now, how do you acquire wisdom? Well, that's hard to say. Acquire wisdom. Is this like Elmer Fudd? Hello, I'm going to acquire wisdom.
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
I'm looking for wisdom.
Looking for wisdom, huh? You try over there?
No. You mean right here?
Stick my head in this hole here for wisdom. Hello, wisdom.
Ooh. Yeah. I think that was the wrong hole.
Ooh, you wascally wabbit, you! I'll get you on wabbit season.
No, you got it all wrong, Doc. It's duck season.
That, sir, is preposterous. It's wabbit season.
Duck season.
Wabbit season.
Duck season.
Wabbit season.
Wabbit season.
Duck season, fire! You're despicable.
I don't even know how I got off on that tangent. Oh, I was saying acquire wisdom. Acquire wisdom. I'm just kind of free flowing here today. You guys like the voices, so I'll do some voices. If I was just sitting here anyways, this is what I would do. I would do these voices. I'm not trying to say I'm the king of any of them. I just do them. Sometimes I get hired to do voices. Other times, not so much. Other times I just sit here and do them for myself and for you on the podcast. So you try to acquire wisdom. How do you do that? Really, you have to be open to taking things in and listening. And remember the motto here of the James Arnold Taylor podcast: know more than you want to know. What does that mean? So many of us are stuck in our ways or our beliefs or the way we think of things because of what we've been taught, what we've just grown up knowing, what we surround ourselves with. So we don't always want to then learn about things that don't interest us or learn about things that aren't said or done the way we believe things should be said or done. And you have to know more. Otherwise, you don't really have wisdom. You're kind of head in the sand like Elmer there. See, he stuck his head in the rabbit hole and blammo.
That wasn't wisdom, Doc.
So, know more than you want to know. Seek the truth with all your heart, okay? Seek truth. Always seek truth. How do you seek truth? Look, and some of you don't have a faith in God. Here I go again. Sorry. But whatever you do, put that out there and say, I want to know the truth, okay? And I'm going to seek it with all my heart. And that means I'm going to be open to hear all sides of all stories of all things. Take that in. It doesn't mean you give in and accept everything. And my prayer is that instinctually it would lead to God for everybody, because that's what I was led to. But you have to seek what is true. And ask for the truth and be willing to accept that maybe your truth isn't the ultimate truth until you find it. There you go. I don't know. We've gotten off on the meaning of life message, and not the Monty Python movie, although very funny. Okay, bring me a bucket. All right, there's a little Monty Python line for you. It's just a wafer thin mint. Okay, sorry. Many of you don't know what I'm talking about. But those of you that know Monty Python know that line, those couple of lines. As a kid, I watched Monty Python quite a bit. A lot of it is, probably inappropriate, but very funny. So, getting back to the thought of, do you have like things set in play for you for your day? Like when you wake up, what is your thing? So I've talked about this before. You wake up in the morning, first thing, you're still in bed, deep breathe, do some deep breathing, and really, I put the video out, or I haven't put the video out yet. I have to edit it. It's my gosh, I've got so many things to do. Because when I was sick a few weeks back, I shot a video of me being sick and then getting better. And I need to cut that together and put it out there for all of you. But in that, I show a lot of the stuff that I do to help keep my lymph nodes and everything clear within my body and sinus and all of that stuff. And so I wake up and I do those little exercises I call tap, 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 where you tap the various spots on your neck and body to clear out and massage the nasal and sinus passages to clear everything out. The lymphatic system, that's the words I was looking for, to clear your lymphatic system every morning. Deep breathing, lots of water. Let's drink some more water. Come on, everybody, drink some water. Here we go. My instinct is always to cut out the drinking and stuff because it takes time and it's just dead space, but I want you to be drinking as well then. So there you go. Plus, I know a lot of people do not like the sound of mouth stuff. Sorry, for those of you that don't like it, I just did that. I apologize. Anyways, because that's an actual real thing. There's a real deal there where some people really have an aversion to that. Ooh, we won't talk. I was thinking about the things I have aversions to, like, chewing ice. Oh, that gets me. Or nails on the chalkboard. Okay, I'm going to stop. Stop, James, stop.
It's crazy. You're freaking me out, James. Don't do it. It makes my hair stand up even more.
Sorry, Christopher Walken.
It's okay. I'm enjoying the podcast no more than you want to know. It's good.
Thanks.
Okay.
So, build a schedule for yourself, okay? Even if you're somebody like me that's an artistic soul that likes to get up and have different things happen each day kind of differently, I still have regular things that I have to do. Like I've talked about this before. We all get up and brush our teeth, God willing. You get up, you get ready for the day. Some people shower at night, some people shower in the morning, whatever you do to get ready. And then you hopefully eat a little something. Oh boy, eating is important. Good food is important. I've promised for many years that I was going to make videos on cooking and stuff, and I still really want to, but boy, is it a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do all these things. There's so many things I want to do to help everybody. That's really, that's the whole thing. And right now I'm putting all my attention into this film, Sons and Daughters, this film that I'm making that is based on the parable of the prodigal son, loosely based on it because there's some changes, there's some different things, different places the characters go and stuff. But it is based on that, and that's what I'm working on. I'm working on shooting it myself, as I've been saying, with my friend Catherine Tabor and AJ Lacasio and Joshua Duvall Preston and other folks that will be in the film, and we're going to have a good time. But that has taken up my time. But you know what? I still get up in the morning, do my deep breathing. I do my prayer. I say prayers. I pray. That's the first thing I do. I pray. God, give me wisdom. Give me knowledge. Give me understanding. Let me be your hands and feet today. Let me help others. Let me put the needs and wants of other people ahead of myself and help them. And show them the way towards you, really. That's what I pray to God. Show people you. Because if you can see him the way I see him, you will go, you know what? No matter what life throws at me, I know the end story, and I know also who's with me and getting me through these things, and I can get through them. And that's how I am. That's me in a nutshell.
That's me in a nutshell, baby. I like to say that a lot.
Okay. Yeah. So anyways, we have kind of gone around in circles and talked about nothing but many things. That's kind of the point of this podcast, isn't it? Have I watched anything new and exciting lately? Yeah, sure. I watched, I don't know. I don't think I talked about this. Did I talk about this? I don't know. I'm going to start talking about it. No, I'm turning into Billy. I watched a great movie called The Great Buster, and it is about Buster Keaton. Do you know Buster Keaton? If I talked about this in the last podcast, please forgive me. See,
That's why I'm an old man now.
But I highly recommend you checking out The Great Buster. It is a wonderful podcast. It's a wonderful film. It is a documentary. It is made by Peter Bogdanovich. Peter Bogdanovich is a filmmaker who The Last Picture Show and many other films, and he's been making movies for a very long time. And he's a wonderful documentary filmmaker, and he had a love for Buster Keaton, and so he made this documentary about him. Do you know who Buster Keaton is? If not, Buster Keaton was a actor in the silent movie era in the 20s. And I'm distracted because there's a little bird that follows me all over in my life. And the little bird just came and landed on the fence right outside my window just for a second and said hello and then left. I love me the little birds. Okay, so Buster Keaton was a film star of the 20s. Silent movie star. If you get a chance, go on YouTube, do whatever, watch some of Buster Keaton's stuff. All of you young people that are creative and want to do stuff, watch this man. He's amazing. If you can see this movie, it's on iTunes. You got to buy it. You got to, rent it or whatever. It's called The Great Buster, and it is about the life of Buster Keaton. It is fantastic. Here's why it's amazing. This was the 1920s. There was no special effects. There were no computers. There was barely electricity, okay? And phones and stuff. I mean, that was all new at the time. Radio and all that. It was all new. This man, not unlike Laurel and Hardy, who are other heroes of mine, which if you see Stan and Ollie, that is another amazing movie that you should really see. Beautifully put together, beautiful homage to the greats, Laurel and Hardy. But The Great Buster is about Buster Keaton's journey, but also it shows you one thing, that everything, all these films, he did amazing stunts. He did everything himself. Everything is him. There's no stunt doubles. There's no digital stuff. And you will watch this as a young person. You'll watch this. You'll look at this and you will go, well, clearly they digitally did this or that. No, they didn't do any of that. They just rolled a camera. They would set a camera up and he would do the stuff. And there was no resetting and retaking on some of this stuff, because sometimes a train would come and smash through a car or whatever he was doing. And, it was, he'd close the door on a house and then the house would and crumple to the ground. There was no let's reset and just do it again in 5 minutes, or we'll just do it digitally. This was all real. It was amazing things that this man did. And he was a visionary, and he is responsible for, all the people that created Looney Tunes, all the Bugs Bunny and all that stuff that I'm doing, they were inspired by Buster Keaton. So all these cartoons were inspired by a guy that was doing this stuff not in cartoon, but in real life. Check out some of Buster Keaton's work. It's really fantastic stuff. It inspired me as a kid. He was amazing. They called him the great stone face because he had this really just non-expression, expressionless face. But really so much expression was said in that face for having no expression. You got to look at him. Look him up. Buster Keaton, okay? Keaton. And Buster is, Buster, Buster. Buster Keaton. He is fantastic. Like Charlie Chaplin. He was around at the same time as Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin is amazing too. But Buster Keaton was always my favorite just because of what he did. So anyways, I watched that documentary. I've watched it a couple times now. I watched it on an airplane going to Chicago, going to Star Wars Celebration. And I was so taken by it that then when we got home and for Easter Sunday, we spent time with our friends. By the way, happy Easter, everybody. He has risen. He has risen indeed. And, I just got a text, sorry, from my friend Alan Arnold. Look at that. You all know Alan Arnold if you listen to this podcast, because I interviewed Alan. He wrote the book, The Story of With. And many of you, my buddy Chuck there that listens to the show, he's been checking out The Story of With, and that's great. Good for you, Chuck. All right. God bless you, my brother. I'm praying for you always. There you go. But anyways, I was on the plane going to Chicago and I watched that movie, The Great Buster. And then I went home and I spent Easter with my friends, the Babbises. I've talked about the Babbises before. I shoot a lot of things in their home theater and stuff. And they had a big party and we all went and celebrated the rising of Christ, which is great. We had a early morning service for Easter. My wife and daughter and I, we went to the sunrise service. We'd never done that before. Our church has 5 services. Easter is probably the biggest church day in America. That's the day that people actually really do go to church. No matter what they believe, everybody, well, you go to church. And so it's always busy. So we tend to we don't want to fight through the crowds because we go every Sunday. So we went to the Sunday morning. It was a 6:30 service. It was very, very cool. It was a great service. And as Lutherans, it's great because we do a whole thing before that, leading up to that. Monday, Thursday, and then Good Friday, and then Sunday, he's risen. So for those of you that don't know, because you see, Christ was then crucified, they buried him in a tomb, and on the third day, the stone was rolled away, and he was no longer there. And the bandages, the cloths that they wrapped his body in, were all that was left there. And then he was out of the tomb, and he had risen. And so that's why we say he is risen. And then if you're a believer and somebody says he is risen, you say in return, he is risen indeed. Just like, see, as Lutherans, we say, the peace of the Lord be with you. And then the other person says, and also with you. So a lot of times when I talk to people and I say, may the force be with you, they say, and also with you. And then we kind of laugh at each other because then I know that they must either be Lutheran or I don't know if the Catholic Church may do that too. But anyways, so there you go. So it's kind of fun. So we had a great time on Easter. We did that. We watched The Great Buster as well. I showed all my friends. They all loved it. It was a fantastic movie. They were all just so taken by it. So I highly recommend that. It's a documentary. I'm big into documentary films. I love them. You know why? Because you learn. Again, this all goes back to seeking wisdom in your life, learning things that you don't know. I think a lot of us try to learn things that we already know just to confirm what we know so we can say, look at how much I know. Is that you? Look, if it's you, it's okay. Just say it's you and then admit it and move on. It's been me at times in life when I was younger. Oh, I know that. I don't need to know anymore. No, we need to know more. We need to always be searching and seeking and being open and willing to be wrong, to learn more, and to know what we believe and why we believe it, how we came to terms with that belief, and what it is that we believe, and being able to then say what we believe. Okay? That's really important in your life, no matter what you believe. Okay? Whoever you are, no matter what you believe, I'm not telling you have to believe like me. I want you to believe like me, but that's not my point, as I always say. But please know what you believe and why you believe it, and know more than what you believe and more than you want to know. Okay? Those are the rules for the James Arnold Taylor podcast. Anyways, I watched that. I watch a lot of documentaries. The movie I'm making, Sons and Daughters, is a fake documentary. It's made to look and feel just like a documentary. And so I watch a lot of ones and I study different ones. Watched one last night. It was okay. It was about electric guitars, which I was fascinated by that. But basically, they interviewed about 20 people, and then they just kept cutting back and forth between all of them and stuff. And it was fine. They were talking about various, guitar heroes and Jimi Hendrix and Eddie Van Halen and all these wonderful things. Who, I love Van Halen. As a kid, I grew up. So as a kid, I was definitely, a product of the 70s and 80s, and I grew up listening to a lot of rock and roll, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Van Halen, Boston, The Cars, Chicago, Billy Joel. It's a kind of a mixture there, some kind of heavier rock, like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin, and then, more, I wouldn't say poppy, although I guess he was poppy, but I don't know, I consider him so much more than poppy. He was just a great songwriter, Billy Joel. Billy Joel's one of my all-time favorites. And Jeff Lynne, ELO. I was talking to, my friend Ben Levitt. Now, Ben is a friend of mine who works at Sci-Fi Network, and he wrote me and said that he's been listening to the podcast. Thank you, Ben, if you're listening. And Ben loves ELO and Jeff Lynne as well. Another fantastic documentary is the one on Jeff Lynne. Now, ELO wrote Mr. Blue Sky. Do you know Mr. Blue Sky?
Oh, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long, so long. Where did we go wrong?
Oh, man. Mr. Blue Sky, one of the greatest rock songs ever. If you don't know that song, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Volume 2, you've seen that movie? The opening song in that's Mr. Blue Sky. Good stuff. Little Groot, baby Groot, dancing around to Mr. Blue Sky. Love that. Love that album that came out of the blue, I believe. There's a song on there called Wild West Hero. Oh my goodness, that song when I was a kid make me cry. Music can make me cry more than anything. Is it okay to cry? Absolutely. If you don't cry, I want you to find something that makes you cry this week, okay? Something that makes you cry, and I don't mean it like, ooh, I mean like something that moves you so emotionally that you are moved to tears in a good way. In a good way, okay? Not in a bad way. Don't think about sad things to make yourself cry, okay? I want you to find those things that bring you so much joy, they bring tears to your eyes. Me listening to Beethoven, Pathetique, Sonata number 8, this right here, can bring me to tears. It's one of the most beautiful pieces of music. I've talked about it before. Yeah, man, music can do that for me. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Loves me the music. Music is probably one of the most important elements of my day-to-day journey in life. I don't think there's a day in my life that goes by that I don't listen to some music in some way, shape, or form. So I hope that's the case for you. So find something today and this week, that's going to move you in that way to where you can sit down alone, put the headphones on, be completely alone, and be able to give yourself a good cry and get it out and just feel the emotions of life and the weight of life, but also the joy of life. It's okay to have joy. You can't be happy all the time in life, but you can have joy. I have the joy of the Lord in my heart all the time. And because of that, I am happy, but not happy all the time. See, there's a trick. We talked about that. There's a past episode of the JATcast where we talk about joy versus happiness and all of that stuff. But anyways, so I'm kind of all over the place. It's crazy.
Crazy, wow. Crazy Mr. Blue Sky. Please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. So long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue. We're so pleased to be with you. Look around. See what you do. Everybody smiles at you.
Thank you, Christopher Walken, for singing Mr. Blue Sky. Oh, yeah. Check out that documentary, though, on Jeff Lynne. I think it might be called Mr. Blue Sky. I think it's something like that. I own it, but I'm not going to look it up right now. Why? Because then I'm busy. Okay, I'm busy doing a podcast. I'm Hank all the
Hey, I don't got time. I'm doing a podcast.
All right. So find some stuff that means something to you today and this week that moves you and gets you motivated. I wrote my book, JAT 365, years ago to get people motivated. And many of you have bought that book and have gone through it. Some of you are going through it now. And what's the point? The point is to know your dreams and goals and to keep at them and to keep believing and to know that there are so many good things in life. And even when you don't feel the good things, I've been around a lot of people lately that have not been feeling the good things in life and have been feeling pulled away from that. And I want to help them. And so I do my best to try and help people wherever I can. But really, the best thing I can do is point everybody straight to Christ. That's really it. Because look, no matter what you believe in life, no matter what you think in life, no matter what, if I say to you, whether you believe it or not, there is a creator of all things, and he created all of this to show us love. And then we kind of took it and kind of messed around with it and kind of screwed it up, forgive the expression. And he goes, that's okay. I've got you and I've got it. Just come back to me and just tell me that you want to be with me and talk to me and hear from me. And that's all you have to do. Say, yeah, dude, I'm in. So there you go. There's my little altar call for today. Say, Jesus, dude, I'm in. I want to know more about you. Seriously, though, try it. Change your life for the better. Find joy. There you go. All right. Yes, I know. I'm always pushing Jesus on this show. Look, man, this is my podcast. This is my one place where I can kind of do whatever I want to do. And so there you go, because that's my prayer for everybody. And I see so many broken hearts and so many hurt people. And I have been hurt and I have been broken in life. But I will tell you this. I have the joy of the Lord in my heart. And now, no matter what I'm going through, and look, even this last week, this weekend, I had a really rough weekend. And I'm not going to get into it because it's too personal, but really tough. And I started then getting stomach aches and all this stuff, little breakouts on my skin from that, from the stress of it. And I hadn't had that in years. And it's simply, but what I did then is I was able to go, oh, but you know what? Isn't it funny? It's stress. So many people in their lives spend their lives going, what is it? What do I have? I'm sick. I have this, I have that, or whatever. Stress is a killer. Stress can do so many things to you. Stress can make your body do things that it shouldn't normally do or wouldn't normally do. And you might think, I'm not really that stressed. But You probably are more than you know. And sometimes we live in stress so much so that we don't even realize how much it of a hold it has over our lives. So breathe, okay? Drink some water, breathe, take some time. This is your time again. Remember the James Arnold Taylor podcast, no matter what you believe, no matter even if you're sick of hearing me talk about Jesus and all that stuff, please just take this time and know that this is a time for you to just relax, because that's all I really want for you. Just to relax, just to get your head straight, just to, really think about it. I do these ones. If you go and, let's see, is it encounter.org? Let me see. Encounteringpeace.com. I think if you do encounteringpeace.com, those are meditations, and you can listen to meditations by a Christian man, Drew. Is it Drew Dickens? I think Drew does these things. He's amazing. This is beautiful. This guy he was a broadcaster for many years and such in radio and everything, like myself, and he's a Christian, and he does these beautiful meditations, and I give to his ministry, and I would hope others would. Just give them a little, whatever it takes, just to help. This guy does these meditations for you, and they're free. So if you want, you can go to Google Encountering Peace, okay? Encountering Peace. It might be encounteringpeace.org, encounteringpeace.com. And they are meditations. They're 15-minute meditations daily, and they're just a time to relax and get your head straight and relax. Now, they are Christian, so they're going to talk about Jesus, and they're going to talk about Scripture, but try them out, man. If you're somebody that's open to that, try them out. I try to do them daily with my wife, and at night we do them together, and it just helps give you this time of just let your body relax and let you just relax. That's really what it's about. I'm drinking water, sorry. Because so many of us are stressed out. So many of us have so many things going on. And hopefully, when you listen to this podcast, you relax a little. So there you go. I know I'm all over the place. Sorry. And let's take, we haven't done emails in a long time. Let's take some emails. What do you say? Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob.
Oh yes. Hello, James. How are you?
I'm good, Bob. You've had a little time off from the podcast. Are you doing good?
Oh, indubitably-doo, yes.
All right. So what say you, Barbarino? Vinny Barbarino?
No, not Barbarino. I'm Bob.
Yeah, I know. Bob, we've got a lot of emails lately, huh?
Oh yes, indubitably, yes, indubitably.
Yeah, I'm just glancing through some of the ones you pulled up here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, people have been asking me about this Johnny Test reboot. Tiffany Riley. Hello, Tiffany. It's a different Tiffany than Tiffany Garrison. Right, that's another Tiffany. But Tiffany Riley was asking about this Johnny Test reboot. A lot of people have been asking me about it. I don't know. Hey, everybody, if you're Johnny Test fans, and even if you're not, but you're a JAT fan, can you do me a favor and let them all know at DHX Media or the people that are, if you go to that, there's a link. If you go to YouTube and you look for Johnny Test reboot, it'll play a thing. Here, let me see. I'm just going to pull it up. Johnny Test reboot. They put a little teaser trailer out for this. So Google or just in YouTube, look for Johnny Test reboot, and it says new Johnny Test coming soon, and it's from Wild Brain. So if you go and watch that video, it's an 18-second video. It's the title is New Johnny Test Coming Soon, put out by Wild Brain. Tell him, make sure James Arnold Taylor's the voice of Johnny, and everybody else in the whole cast is still brought back. That's the thing. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Anyways, sorry, Bob.
Oh yeah, indubitably, indubitably,
okay, that's new. So Bob, what do we got? Let's take a couple of emails here. We've got so many emails. For those of you, please know, yes, the email system is working. I believe when I send emails now to people are getting them, and that's great. So for all of you that have sent ones and wondering and stuff, yes, it's just I've also been kind of overloaded. There's so many. I have so many emails in here, couple thousand. So trying to get through everything. So please know if you have sent me an email and you're waiting for me to respond, I will do my best to respond. And if I don't respond with an email, I will try to respond here, and that's what I try to do. But I read them all. I do. My wife and I, we go through them, and it's wonderful, and I thank you for all of them. So many of you are just writing simply to say thank you for the podcast, and that you're listening, and that you appreciate my faith and me talking about my faith and stuff. And that's of people of all faiths and no faith saying that. So I really like that. So, Bob, what do we got?
Oh, yes. Well, no, we've got one from Kevin Andrew Rivera.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. I know Kevin. Kevin's a very nice young man, very talented voice actor. And what does Kevin say?
He says, hey, James, I wanted to start off by saying thanks for recommending the Aston Origin microphone.
Oh, that's the microphone that we're talking on right now, Bob.
Oh, yeah, and doobity-dee and dibbity-doo, yes.
In fact, it's the official microphone of the James Arnold Taylor podcast. I get paid nothing for saying that, everybody. Aston is a wonderful company, and they make a great microphone, and I really like it, and that's just me. They did send me a Swift Shield as a thanks, which is very nice of them. But I am I'm endorsing this because it's what I use, and people like it. So Kevin is a voice actor. He's been building his own space, and he went and got himself an Aston Origin microphone then, yeah?
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. That's what he says. He says, I've been using it for a while, and the sound is amazing. Shameless plug, and with a little smiley face.
Oh, yeah, good.
My question is about conventions.
Oh, yeah, like the Comic-Cons and stuff, sure.
When fans come to see their VO heroes, they're so busy being excited about them being there that no one ever thinks about what it takes for them to get there. Can you give us an idea of what it's like to become involved with conventions from a guest's point of view? What types of deals do conventions make with guests to keep them coming back? Do they pay for your flights? Thanks for doing this podcast. Tell Hank he's a funny dude.
No, everybody loves Hank. Hank! Kevin Rivera says you're a funny dude.
Kevin, hey, hello.
All right, get out of here. Onion sandwich breath guy. Sorry. All right, Kevin. There he goes. He likes you. That's a great question. So Kevin asks about conventions and like from our perspective. So now I am doing a lot of conventions this year. I've been talking about that. My next one is going to be, I believe, in Long Island. I will be going to Eternal Con. That's the name of the con in Long Island. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to visit my buddy Joe Hogan when I'm out there. Say hello to Joe. And I got to see him at Celebration as well. This was fun. But anyway, so what does it take for me? So that's the next one I'm going to. And then after that, I'm going to Atlanta. Then I'm going to Tampa. Then I'm going to New Mexico. Then I'm going to Indiana. Then I'm going to Australia. Then I'm going back to New York for New York Comic Con. And I believe that's been announced. If it's not, well, you're hearing it here first. Anyways, I'm also going to Philadelphia. I'm going to one in Philadelphia. Yeah. Going to a lot of cons this year. And that's great. And so what does it take? What does it take for me to go and be a guest there? Well, so here's how it works. I have a company, Celebrity Talent Booking, and they are Jeff Zanini. He's the manager of that, and they contact him and they say we'd like to have James Arnold Taylor come to the con, and that's if a lot of times because a lot of you folks go and say, hey, we'd really like James Arnold Taylor there. So if you do that, thank you so much. They get me, they bring me to the con, they fly me there, and they put me up in a hotel, and then there you go. You go and you sit at the con and you sign autographs and you take pictures with people and you shake hands and you say hello, and it's very nice. So, but for me, once I go to a con, I have to then go. I go to the town. I go in and I go and find a store, and I go to, like I say, I go to Whole Foods and all that stuff, and I get some food, and then I hang out and do that. So anyway, so yeah, so generally speaking, it's so they put me up and they take care of that, and that's so then I go and see all of you, and what keeps us coming back is being a good con. Like Salt Lake City Con is a great con. There's wonderful people. They take really good care of you and stuff, and you have a good time. So there's usually a green room. It's very strange when you go to a con and you go into the green room. The green room. Now, do y'all know what a green room is? I don't know where that originally came from. I guess the room was just green, the color green, or maybe there were plants in it or whatever. But in showbiz, the green room is the space in a theater or similar venue that functions as a waiting room and lounge for performers before and after a performance and during the show when they are not engaged on stage. Green rooms typically have seating for the performers, such as upholstered chairs and sofas. Yes, the origin and term is often ascribed to such rooms historically being painted green. Modern green rooms do not necessarily adhere to a green color scheme, though the name remains. That's from Wikipedia. Hey, everybody, Wikipedia is a free encyclopedia. I get nothing for saying this, but the fact is, if you go to Wikipedia like I do, contribute like once a year, give them a little something. All right. Help them out. They do it all for free. And that's kind of cool. All right. So anyways, that's a green room. So I wait in the green room at the conventions and stuff too, and I hang out. And when you go into a green room at a convention, it's weird because it is full of all these various celebrities, celebrity guests. You could be sitting there with William Shatner and Christopher Lloyd and guys from, Stranger Things and The Love Boat and the Munsters and Star Wars. It's it's kind of a strange time, but there you go. Thanks, Kevin. All right, what else we got?
Oh, yeah. Oh, indubitably, yes. The Scoundrels Cantina sent you an email, James.
The Scoundrels Cantina, those are my buddies over there, Luke and Todd at the Scoundrels Cantina. They did a video recently. Go to YouTube and search for the Scoundrels Cantina, everybody, and check out their channel. Now, they almost don't need my help, really, because the truth is they have, oh my gosh, let's see. Let's go to YouTube. Scoundrels Cantina. So they're a Star Wars channel, and they've got a lot of people following them. I'm trying to look for them here. There it is. Let's see. How many subscribers does the Scoundrels Cantina have? They have 163,000 subscribers. And their latest one is Obi-Wan Kenobi, A Star Wars Story. And it's featuring none other than yours truly, James Arnold Taylor. I did some little voices for them for that. So check out their new video at the Scoundrels Cantina on YouTube and subscribe to their channel. I'm subscribed. You should subscribe as well. And check it out. Listen to me and them telling the story of Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's really pretty cool. I like it quite a bit. So that's what they were sending for then, Bob, right?
Oh, yeah, indubitably, they were asking if you'd seen the video.
I have seen the video. And thank you, guys. Luke and Todd. They're not scoundrels, really. They're really not. They're good guys. Okay. So anyways, there you go. What else we got, Bob? I'm just looking through here. I'm looking through your things. Let's say hi to Megan and Christian and Mackenzie and Timothy. And boy, there's a lot of people. Gloria Ann. Also, Terry Peck. Ooh, Terry, I want you to know I got your email, your latest email. I'm praying for you and your foot and everything. And there you go. Terry Peck is one of my fans and followers here. And Terry has had a broken foot as well, has had some issues. And so praying for Terry because I know that feeling. So there you go. All right, Bob, what else we got?
This one's from Sienna.
Oh, Sienna. Okay. And what does Sienna say?
From the United States.
Okay, yes.
Hi, James. I've recently began listening to your podcast, and I enjoy them so much.
Oh, big exclamation point, yeah.
You're my hero.
Oh, come on, that's nice.
I know you might not read this, but
oh, no, come on, Sienna. I will read all of these. I hope it's Sienna or Sienna. Either way.
But I really just wanted to say something to you. Thank you. Thank you for just being you. Thank you for your podcast. Thank you for ... everything.
Well, you got very excited there, Bob.
Yes, you're so funny and cool and so positive. I think you've even changed my life. You've inspired me so much, so thank you. Thank you so much. If you don't see this, well, that's okay, too. I'm sure you already know you're awesome. I really wanted to send a question or message before, but I didn't know what to say. But I think that just a thank you will suffice. But really, I don't think there's a word or phrase that could ever measure how grateful I am. But thank you, James Arnold Taylor. P.S. Could you tell Ratchet I said hi?
Okay. Well, Ratchet says, hey. Hey, Sienna. I think it's probably Sienna, Ratchet. Okay.
Crazy. Wow. Sienna. Hey.
Thank you. I read all the emails. Thank you, Sienna. I appreciate that. What else we got, Bob?
Oh, yes. This is from Brighton in the United States.
Hi, Brighton.
He says, hi, Jat. I've been listening to your podcast and was wondering if you could answer this. Is there any extra difficulty to being a Christian in Hollywood? And by the way, I appreciate you including your faith on the podcast. Keep up the good work. Your brother in Christ, Brighton.
Well, thank you, Brighton. Is there difficulty being a Christian in Hollywood? I think the thing is some people find it to be difficult. I've made the choice to be open about my faith because here's the thing. My hair's blonde. My eyes are blue. Okay. That's just a part of me. And it always will be. I'm 5'4". I'm not going to, I might shrink, but I'm not going to get any taller. That's just a part of me. And I am a Christian, and that's just a part of me. So I really try to just make my faith just a part of me. And I try not to be preachy about it, although so forgive me if I come off about that here on the podcast, because I talk about it a lot here because it's really a big portion of my life. It's what I love. So I try to just take that in with me in everything I do. And I think that a lot of people that I work with know that I'm Christian. But I don't think there shouldn't be a stigma on anybody's religion or beliefs. I know that they say, politics and religion are the two things you're not supposed to really kind of talk about and bring up. But politics I can agree with because I think politics just gets too And I also believe that that's the case for Christianity or for religions in general, and that's kind of my point. My whole thing is to show all of you that I'm a normal person that happens to love Jesus with all his heart, soul, and body, and everything that I have, and that I see that that's the most important thing in my life. Is being the best person I can and serving God because God has given me a gift of life when I wasn't even supposed to have a life. So, there you go. And if that statement goes deep, if you've been listening to the podcast, you know what I mean in that because I've talked about it before. But anyways, so I try to just make it all just part of my life, just part of who I am and what I am, and try to not make it into anything a big deal either way. And the biggest thing is, and it's what I wish all Christians would do, it's what I wish all people of all faiths would do, is not judge everybody else, because that's not what we're called to do. There was a man that came up and asked Jesus, what's the most important thing? And he said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So my job is to love God and to love you, and to take care in my time and words and energy and efforts with you as much as I would for myself and my family. And that's what I try to do. And so I don't want to judge anybody. I don't want to tell somebody you do this wrong and God's going to punish you or you do this or that, because I don't believe that, for one thing. And then also, it's not my place. My place is to show you Christians can be normal. Christians can be good, right-thinking people. One thing that I get tired of, we watch a lot of different shows and things, and shows that I really like, but it never fails. Even the ones I really like, they always end up doing an episode, because we watch a lot of crime dramas or mystery, like courtroom dramas and stuff. We like shows like that, TV shows, regular. We like that show, The Rookie, because Nathan Fillion, and I know Nathan, and it's a great show, and he's great. So the show The Rookie, or like The Good Wife, or, these courtroom drama, The Practice, all these things that were all these kind of, shows like that. And they always end up doing an episode or 2 or 12, The Blacklist, we watch that. There's always some episodes in there where they have some, the person is the evil person on the show is some crazy Christian, and that is locking their kid up in a room and making them chain them to a wall with crucifixes and stuff. And it's like, that is the depiction of Christianity now, and I think that that's really sad. It's too bad, because it's just it shouldn't be that way. We watch a show, God Friended Me. I like that show. That's a neat show. I feel like that show is trying to give the balance of what it's like to have a faith in something greater than yourself, and pay respect to other religions, Jewish faith, Muslim faith, all of these various faiths there. And so I think that's cool. But really, our job is to not judge anybody. So there you go. I watched, if you know the band Imagine Dragons, and the lead singer of Imagine Dragons, oh gosh, Dan Reynolds. Dan Reynolds of Imagine Dragons, he did a film called Believer, and I love that song. Do you guys know that song, the song Believer from Imagine Dragons? Oh my goodness. First things first, I'm going to say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. The way that things have been. Second thing, second, don't tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail. I'm the master of my sea. Oh, the master of my sea. I was broken from a young age, taking my sulking to the masses, write down my poems for the few that looked at me, took to me, shook to me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the pain. You made me a believer. You break me down, you build me up, believer. I'll let the bullets fly, I'll let them rain. My life, my love, my drive, it came from pain. You made me a believer. Third, send a prayer to the ones above. All the hate that you've heard has turned your spirit to a dove. Your spirit up above. I was choking in the crowd, building my rain up in the cloud, falling like ashes to the ground, hoping my feelings they would drown. But they never did, ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke open and rained down. It rained down like pain. Oh, it's great song. But he had a very interesting documentary, which, again, that almost gets a little too political and stuff, too. I'm not going to get into it, but I will say it was a great documentary, well made. And God bless him for what he does, because he is a Mormon. He is of the Mormon faith. And yet he sees things that are wrong with his faith, and he wants to try to make changes in it. Not like I'm sitting here saying, oh, there's a bunch of things wrong with Christianity. I'm trying to change them. But what I am trying to say is I want to be the best example I can be of what I truly see and have experienced God to be in my life as a believer. And so that's what I try to do. So, Brighton, thank you so much for that. Bob, I think that's all the time we have. We got to wrap this show up, don't we?
Oh, indubitably, indubitably, yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. All right, Bob. Hey, how can people send stuff to me?
Well, they can go to jamesarnoldtaylor.com and click on the Jat Show link up in the top right-hand corner, and then they will go, and there's a little, there's like a thing, and you fill it out, and you put in your email and your name and the country you're from, and tell us, you can even say what state you're from and all, and then you write a message, but you make sure you put in the JATcast podcast in the Choose a Topic.
Yeah, that's right. Choose a topic. Don't just leave that blank. Do the drop-down menu and choose a topic.
Yeah, indubitably, yes. And then you send a message to James, and then I will look at it, and then maybe it'll show up on the show.
That's right, Bob. Thank you so much.
Oh, indubitably, have a great week.
You too, Bob. We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, Bob. All right, well, yeah, it looks like we are wrapping up. Hey, Mr. Announcer Guy.
Hey, it's James.
Time to close the show.
All right, stand by. Here we go. Ready, cue, the legal mumbo-jumbo right now. Talking to myself, the James Arnold Taylor Podcast is a production of Yumigo Inc., recorded at Jat Studios. Engineered, written, recorded, and produced by, you guessed it, James Arnold Taylor. All voices are parody and should be construed as entertainment only. All music and sound effects used with permissions and licenses through Backtracks, Digital Juice, Production Tracks, and Partners in Rhyme. James Arnold Taylor's Talking Myself, the podcast. Copyright 2019, all rights reserved.
Okay, that was good. Trying to come up with new ways to make it exciting so people don't just tune out. Hey, I hope people do listen all the way through. I hope they don't just tune out once it gets to that. I hope they're not. So, although the thing is, Mr. Announcer Guy, they may not even be listening now.
I'm sure they are, James.
Okay, you have faith that they are?
I do.
All right, because that is the same old stuff we have to do all the time. But then, see, the show still goes on. See, I try to not put it as the very last thing, because if you put it as the very last thing, then people aren't going to listen all the way through.
That's right.
Okay. You want to close the show out, Mr. Announcer Guy? You want to read some lyrics from something or do something?
Sure, man. What do you got for me?
I don't know. Lyrics to something. Let's, I just read the lyrics to Believer, but let's see. What do we got? What do we like? What would be a good Mr. Announcer Guy song? How about David Bowie's DJ?
Yes.
Okay, this is an old song. If you're David Bowie fans, well, many people are David Bowie fans. You should be. David Bowie's fantastic. These are the lyrics. He had a song called I Am a DJ. Well, it's called DJ, but and when I was a DJ, this was fun. But you're not a DJ, Mr. Announcer Guy, but you're an announcer guy, so this is kind of appropriate. I'm trying to find something that's appropriate for you to read.
Yeah, man. Here we go.
All right. Oh, you're just going to go into it. All right. Okay. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to James Arnold Taylor Podcast. We're not done yet. Mr. Announcer Guy is going to read the lyrics from David Bowie's DJ, and then we'll close the show. So keep listening. All right, Mr. Announcer Guy, here you go.
All right, man. I'm home, lost my job, and incurably ill. You think this is easy? Realism? I've got a girl out there, I suppose. I think she's dancing. Feel like Dan Dare lies down. I think she's dancing. What do I know? I am a DJ. I am what I play. Can't turn around, no. Can't turn around, no. Oh, oh. I am a DJ. I am what I play. Can't turn around, no. Can't turn around. Oh, no. Oh, oh, no. I am a DJ. I am what I play. I got believers believing me. Oh. I got believers. I got believers. I got believers in me. I got believers. I am a DJ. I am what I play. I am a DJ. Oh, 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 oh.
Okay. Just kind of silly, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Okay, Mr. Announcer Guy, you gonna go do some fun stuff this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna do all the things you said. I'm gonna deep breathe. I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna drink water, and I'm gonna find out what's the most important thing.
All right, what do you think is the most important thing?
Closing this show so people can go and do their own thing.
Oh, I see what you did there. All right, Mr. Announcer Guy, you take care. Have a good week. Everybody else, God bless you. God love you. Thank you so much. I believe in you. Please keep listening. Please keep sharing the show. Please get it out there. Please give me a good thumbs up rating on YouTube. That, send me a nice little comment or whatever. And then the iTunes store, give me a 5-star rating. Please, 5 stars. And please give me some reviews. Next time on the next show, I'm going to read more of those reviews. So thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. May the force be with you. Yabba dabba doo. And all that stuff. As Johnny Test would say, stay totally awesome. And Titus would say, thanks for listening to my story. See ya. Bye-bye.